the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee and feel that Tennessee Vols orange experience. We're on our way to Knoxville, to the mammoth Neyland Stadium at the University of Tennessee, voted by some as the best place in the country to watch college football. Next on Fields of Glory. At the base of the majestic Smoky Mountains sits the University of Tennessee campus in quiet Knoxville, home of the Tennessee Volunteers. The team's unusual name reflects the state's long tradition of volunteerism and sacrifice, dating all the way back to the Revolutionary War. But don't let the history, the statues, and the calm campus life fool you. The students and the people of Tennessee bleed orange, Tennessee orange. The color of one of the most electrifying and storied teams in college football history.
Knoxville is unique because it's strictly Vol country. And down here, Vols all the way, and even more than Knoxville, it's almost all of Tennessee, and everywhere you go, people are wearing orange.
If you ever come to University of Tennessee football game, you're left here speechless because, I mean, the atmosphere here is just incredible with 108, 109,000 people here just screaming, going crazy during the game. I mean, just being on the field, listening to everybody in the stands just go crazy. It's an amazing feeling. And
here in Knoxville and kind of the entire state, it's all Tennessee Volunteers football, and they just live it and breathe it 12 months a year.
The team history and traditions have created a unique football culture that inspires not only the folks in Knoxville, but the entire state of Tennessee.
For us in this state, for some reason, the spirit of competitiveness and what college athletics brings to the table has really been something that has united the people of this state now for over 100 years. And it's hard to put a thumb on exactly what that is, but it's certainly, the passion runs both wide and deep.
The Volunteers play in mammoth Neyland Stadium, which grew from humble beginnings, starting as a heap of dirt and gullies on the south end of the Knoxville campus. It has, over the last 80 or so years, grown by popular demand from seating about 3,200 to a seating capacity of over 108,000 screaming fans.
There's not a bad seat in the place. It's a very high stadium, but you're right on top of the game.
The Neyland facility is unlike any in the nation. It rises straight up from the ground, towering over the playing field and intimidating opponents with its massive size.
When people come to Neyland Stadium, they're just kind of in awe at first of just how big the place is. And then when it's actually filled with people, it's almost amazing that you can fit that many people into one place at one time.
The stadium is great. It gives you a great rush the day of the game when you're out there, to know that all those people are pulling for you and behind you.
Even if you aren't a big Orange fan and you come to Neyland Stadium, I think that you would have to agree that it's probably one of the best top 5 experiences that you'll ever have.
I think the unique thing about this field is that they've been playing football here since 1921. So there's a lot of history here, a lot of memories here. This goal line here is the same as it was, 80 years ago.
It's amazing how this stadium started out so small, and just over the years and over the decades, I guess for over the past 85 years, they just keep adding on to this place. People wonder, what else are they going to be able to do? How can they possibly put any more people in here? But I think they've been saying that for the past 20, 30 years. So it'll be interesting to see the way this place looks even 10, 20 years from now.
The energetic growth of the stadium structure itself is driven by the intense spirit, accomplishments, and reputation of the Vols football program, one of the most successful college teams in history. The Vols have recorded over 700 wins and have been national champions 6 times. Most recently in 1998, when they finished the season with an undefeated 13-0 record. The program has also produced a long history of phenomenal players, over 75 All-Americans, and over 200 All-SEC first-team selections. Including Peyton Manning, the winningest starting quarterback in Division I-A history. Perhaps no one individual has had a greater impact on the growth of the Tennessee football program than General Robert Neyland, the stadium's namesake.
General Neyland won more football games than anybody during that era. Was a great innovator in football. His name's on everything around Knoxville. Obviously, that makes it special. The stadium itself, the structure, was designed a lot by General Neyland, who was an engineer, and that makes it unique in itself, and it was designed at the size that it is now.
General Neyland not only helped design the stadium, but also led the Vols to 4 national championships, and his famous 7 maxims are still read before each game.
A lot of our true loyal Tennessee fans know about our game maximum, and it's 7 maxims that we say before each game. Basically the fundamental concepts of how a team will win a game. You know, the team that makes the fewest mistakes will win, and it goes on to 1 through 7, and those are something that we say before every game.
It's not just a ball field. I think you have to respect it. For everybody that works here, it's a special place. We don't own it. You know, we work here every day, but we're more just we've kind of got stewardship or guardian. You know, we're guardians of this place for a few years, and somebody's going to do it after me, and there was people that did it before me. The checkerboard, the first time they had checkerboards here was 1964, and they had them for several years when they had grass. They went to artificial turf in '68, and then when we changed to natural grass in 1994, we started repainting the checkerboards in the end zones. Each one of the squares is 5 feet by 5 feet. And we have 5 feet of green grass around them. The proper color is very difficult because if you look around in this stadium, you'll see about 6 different shades of orange. If you look at it from one side of the stadium, it's one shade of orange. If you go to the other side of the stadium, it's a different shade. So the people on one side will say it's too dark, people on the other side will say it's too light.
I think the first thing that they're going to see is orange. It's a shade of orange kind of unlike any other. You have Clemson and you have Texas and you have Syracuse, but this is, you know, kind of its own special little niche as far as college football is concerned. It's one of those colors that it certainly isn't a neutral white or black. It really kind of catches the eye.
The history of the color of orange is probably the most important thing. The orange derived from the daisies on the hill, which were a unique color of orange. That is where we originated the color of orange. It is a specific dye lot, and unfortunately you can't always get it in the store, so that's why you see a wide array of orange, but it is very unique, and I think that that's why we think it's so special, because it can't just be any orange to be Tennessee orange.
There's also Smoky number 9, the latest in a long line of famous blue-tick coonhounds who have been part of the Vol tradition for over 50 years.
Smoky is the University of Tennessee's official mascot. In 1953, the pep club for the university got together and they determined that the university needed a school mascot. They brought out about 20 different breeds of dogs, and they were like, UT fans, do you want this to be your mascot? And when they got to Smoky, the fans cheered for him, and he howled and howled out. So the fans cheered even louder, and Smoky got louder and louder. So the pep club picked him as our official mascot.
This year's coonhound is just a pup, and he's still a little sleepy. But come bowl time, he'll be a seasoned pro.
Our Smoky is 1 year old, and he is actually bred from a Grand Night Champ coon hunting dog. Our mascot, the Volunteers, often shortened to just the Vols. That goes back to the period of Davy Crockett, and obviously herding the Army down to assist with the Alamo. So the historical aspect from just being a volunteer from the state of Tennessee, and of course, that is what the state's known for.
What I do is I carry the flag, which represents everything. It's like going into battle. You know, I lead the team out, and you hear 109,000, 108,000 people, you know, screaming, yelling at the top of their lungs for this team. It's a blessing, without a doubt.
Whatever generation, everyone will agree there's not a better view in all of college football, both inside and outside of Neyland Stadium. Every home game becomes a celebration of sorts as groups of dedicated fans drive in from every county in the state of Tennessee.
Better than that. Football's changed an awful lot over the last few years, and I think women attending the game has had an awful lot to do with it, because what women found out in the 60s and 70s was that men were going to watch football on Saturday afternoon. They were going to watch it on TV, or they were going to be there in person. So the women got a little bit interested in football themselves, and they started coming to the games, and like women will do, they sort of took over, and that's why we have tailgating now.
On the south side of the stadium is the bustling Tennessee River, where a dedicated group of volunteer fans arrive by boat for tailgating on the water. Former UT broadcaster George Mooney, tired of the notorious Knoxville traffic before games, navigated his small runabout down the river in 1962, spawning what is now called the Volunteer Navy.
Hi, come on board. The Vol Navy started in the 1960s and was a way of utilizing the water for tailgating because of traffic.
Vol Navy has ever been in existence for 30 or 40 years, you know, but it was actually state chartered in 1988 by Ellen Yato.
I think they go to one of these ladies up here. Thank you.
And the only thing you have to be able to do to be on the Vol Navy is to share your boat with others and allow people to walk across your boat. And it's a lot of fun.
Go Big Orange! We got here for the first game, before the first game, so we could get the best spot. And as you can see, we got the best spot. Can't beat it.
We have satellite TV. Like I said, it's televised, so we stay on the boat and watch the game.
We're here because we love Tennessee football, and we're hoping for a win tomorrow.
Yep, that's Rocky Top. Better get used to it. The unofficial fight song of the Vols. If you don't know it, you will by the end of the day from the constant crooning of 100,000 fans.
You know, Rocky Top's Rocky Top. If you're not from here and it bothers you, good. That's what makes this hostile, and you'll hear it a lot. So if it bothers you, get used to it for about 3.5 hours.
The band does it during the pregame. And you'll have 108,000 people singing it all at the same time. There's a very famous singer-songwriter duo. Their name was Felice and Boodle O'Brien. Early on in the 70s, they wrote this tune called Rocky Top, which was about being in the Smoky Mountains and kind of experiencing the whole aspect of being on this place called Rocky Top. The band did it here, and then eventually it just became a song that the fans attached to, and we've been doing it for the last 30 years.
Home sweet home to me, good old Rocky Top.
Rocky Top, Tennessee.
The band was established in 1869, just after the Civil War. So we've had a band on this campus for 135 years. Fight songs have been played, formations have been done on the field that have established traditions. The opening of the tee is one of the greatest traditions that we have here at the university. It's a time when the team comes out of the locker room and enters the field.
It's one of the coolest feelings that I've felt, especially in my lifetime.
It's pretty intimidating. You don't want to trip and fall in front of the hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people there, and it gets your blood flowing before a game.
That's an incredible moment I've done it for 30+ years, and I still get chill bumps every time I do it.
And when you put 104 to 109,000 people in a stadium who already know what's going to happen, they know what to expect, when the band actually does it, it leads to a level of excitement that's really unheralded in the country.
It's game day in Knoxville, and one of the most genuine traditions in college football today is the Tennessee Vol Walk, which provides fans the chance to shake hands with players and fire them up one last time before they enter the stadium.
We make our walk from the Neyland Thompson complex down to the stadium. There's fans on each side of the road. Everybody's getting kind of pumped up for the game. And it just gets everybody psyched up, especially the players, before the game.
For the players, it gives them a chance to connect with the tradition and legacy of the team as they touch the granite wall of fame. Inscribed with over 5,000 names of past student athletes who have achieved great things both on and off the field.
Just to kind of give us a reminder of the guys that have come and played before us.
All our families come in to see us, and it's a big-time thing for us.
Well, the cheerleaders come out first, as you know, and the whole cheerleading squad, and they come out and get the crowd fired up, and the band's over across the way there playing Rocky Top, getting the crowd into it, getting them fired up. And then you see the big banner up there that says Vol Walk, and then the Smokies leading the charge, and then Coach Fulmer and the rest of the Vols come down and get to shake their hands and high-five them, and kids get a kick out of it, we get a kick out of it.
The fans pack from the beginning of the Vol Walk all the way down to the stadium and just cheer you on.
The fans are great because they almost go through the preparation with you. They're screaming for you. It's almost like they're going to go out there on the field with you, and that makes you want to win for them even more.
The fans are just coming out watching a good, close game. Tennessee football's, smash mouth football. No matter who we're playing, it's a sold-out stadium, and the fans are really excited about it.
I think the Tennessee fan is extremely passionate.
I think volunteer fans are the best in the country because they have such a long tradition of believing.
The fans are one of the most crucial parts of this game. The players know they're out here to win not only for themselves, but for 109,000 fans. I mean, when you have that many people backing you and supporting you, you can't help but feel that you're cared for and that you want to win for them too.
Well, we like to refer to ourselves as the best fans west of the Rockies. We live in Orange County, California, emphasis on Orange County. And we fly down each week for the games. We're season ticket holders, and we live 2,500 miles away. So, yeah, we truly bleed orange.
You can tell on the background the volume level now has just gone up. Auburn getting ready to kick, and ladies and gentlemen, it's football time at Tennessee.
If we're winning a game, you got to be there on the sidelines, just yelling and giving it all you got. If we're losing, you got to be there, still giving all you got, knowing that we're going to come back and win.
It's a great moment when you put the setting of the stadium, of the river, the Vol Navy, the Vol Walk, the massness of our stadium, and the enthusiasm of our fans just makes it an incredible moment.
There's so many little traditions like that kind of make this more than a football game.
This is Tennessee Volunteer Football. It's over 100,000 friends and family getting together on a Saturday to have a little fun and root for the team they love. No matter in victory or in defeat, the walls of Neyland Stadium will always reverberate with the cheers of the Vol faithful. I'm Brent Musburger for Fields of Glory.